Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, what I have for you guys is a brand new GTA 5 Online video, and today it is, of course, Tuesday, so this will be your weekly update reminder, of course, before the news and information and details for the next GTA Online weekly event goes live tomorrow on Wednesday, and then on Thursdays, I have my weekly update guide showcasing to you guys all the gameplay changes, the weekly challenge, doing some of the money bonuses, things like that. But today, we're just going to be refreshing everything from the past week because, of course, I know with the new Agents of Sabotage DLC, that's been players' focus for the past week. That's been my focus. But we did have a very good weekly update itself. Not necessarily in the money bonuses department, of course, because the brand new DLC is just out and Rockstar wants players to focus on that. They're not going to give out huge double and triple money bonuses. But we do have some really awesome rare and removed vehicles featured back. Some are permanent, like this one you guys can see behind me, the Lampadati Taigon. I will showcase to you guys where you can unlock it this week, but actually you don't even need to worry about it being rare and removed, specifically with that one, because that's back on in-game websites permanently. But there are still others this week that will be going away soon, and we're going to be refreshing everything so that you don't miss out before the next weekly event goes live. So thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get started. This week in GTA for money bonuses, there's really nothing, because it's a brand new DLC, right? And Rockstar wants you to focus on that. But we do have select community jobs that are going to be double money and double RP. But that being said, while this week doesn't have any specific money bonuses for you to farm a bunch of cash faster than normal, I highly recommend you check out my top 15 best ways to make money solo video. This is a solo money making guide, but it also works if you have friends to play with. A lot of this stuff is better if you're solo grinding, just because it can be just you focusing in on it. But check that video. I will have it linked down in the description below. I just uploaded it the other day, and you know, giving you more value than just the top 10, right? I'm giving you 5 extra options and 5 extra good ways to earn money. Highly recommend you check that video out if you're just looking for a good GTA Online money grind to close out 2024. That's also still going to be relevant into 2025 because, of course, we have the brand new DLC that we talk about in that video as well. Here on Maze Bank foreclosures, we have a pretty interesting discount here. I don't think we've ever seen something like this before, and if we ever have, I don't even remember it. So we have property discounts that are 30% off for all of the most expensive version of each type of property and business here in the game. So whether it's a clubhouse, you can get the most expensive clubhouse on discount, which I'm pretty sure is the Hawick Clubhouse. Or maybe downtown Vinewood. I'm not actually too sure right there. Same thing when you want to look at the bunkers or the facilities or the nightclubs or any of these businesses here in the game. Let's just take the bail office, for example. So I got to filter all these out. We want the bail office, the most expensive one, the one I own here. You can get this for 30% off. Same thing when it comes to the salvage yard. If you want the most expensive salvage yard in the game, I'm actually not even sure what the most expensive one is. It's La Puerta. You can get this for $1.883 million instead of $2.69 million. So not all of these locations are going to be discounted. Only the most expensive one of each is going to be 30% off. This also applies to CEO offices, the vehicle warehouse, you know, apartment properties as well. It's Eclipse Towers, Penthouse Suite 3. For the vehicle warehouse, it's Murrieta Heights. For the CEO office, it's Maze Bank Tower. For the hangar, Fort Zancudo, things like that, etc., etc. So just keep that in mind. This week, Rockstar did something awesome. We actually have rare and removed vehicles featured back into the game permanently, like I was saying at the beginning of today's video. And on screen, you will see screenshots for all of the legendary motorsports vehicles that have returned that were rare and removed from the game from, of course, the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC update. And then we also have the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website with a bunch of the vehicles there. So you could just take a look, see which ones are there, see which ones you may want to pick up now, just in case Rockstar decides to remove them again in a couple months, or, you know, later on when we get the summer DLC and they rotate in new ones. Who knows what their plan is, but these are back for now, which is good news. When it comes to vehicle discounts, we have a lot to talk about and discuss, but I will just say all of these, except for one, which I will point out, all of them will be 30% off, so just keep that in mind. So starting off on Legendary Motorsport, the Overflawed Pipistrello, $2,065,000. Next up, the Pfister Comet S2 Cabrio on sale for $1,257,000. We have the Pfister Comet S2 also on sale for $1,314,000. The Dinka Jester RR on sale for $1,034,000. The Lampadati Taigon, which is featured back permanently to the game like we talked about, on sale for $1,617,000. Pegassi Zaruso, again, also featured back now permanently to in-game websites, on sale for $1,347,000. Benefactor Krieger on sale for $2,012,000. The Vicer Neo, rare and removed, now back, is on sale for $1,312,000. The Anis S80RR, rare and removed, now featured back. And I'll just, you know, we already talked about that earlier in the video, so I feel like I don't need to mention it every single time I talk about one of these cars. But you can get it for $1.8 million. Pfister Comet SR on sale for $801,000. Recoil Cyclone on sale for $1.323 million. Ocelot XA21 on sale for $1.662 million. The Anis RE7B on sale for $1.732 million. The Terabyte on Warstock is going to be 20% off. All of the vehicles we talked about have been 30% off so far, but the Terabyte is going to be on sale for 20% off this week. Now on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, the Classy Vigoro ZX 30% off for $1.362 million. Karen Futo GTX on sale for $834,000. We have the Willard Eudora on sale for $875,000. And we also have other vehicles that are rare and removed here in GTA Online, like for example, the Vapid Retinue, which actually I don't think returned to in-game websites because I didn't see it, but I think that would make it one of the only few from this list. And that is actually featured at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport. Of course, the Police Predator boat on Warstock, you can get it for $0 this week if you participated in the Heist Challenge, pretty sure. The Dubachi JB700W, 30% off, you can get it for $1.029 million. And I think with all that said, we've covered all the discounted vehicles this week here in GTA Online. Here we have some pretty sweet, rare, and removed vehicles, although when we go through some of these, and we'll talk about the discounts, so you can see which ones are available on in-game websites as well. So starting off right here on the left, we'll talk about this one first. This is the Pegassi Zaruso. It's actually one of GTA Online's fastest supercars, or at least one of the more faster ones. It's on the faster side compared to the slower side, that's for sure. You get great acceleration. Top speed rivals the Krieger, so it is very fast in general. Of course, any HSW car is going to be faster, but you get excellent traction, top-notch braking. Does have a really high cost, but overall I think it is worth buying still, even if it is going to cost you $1,347,500. Like I said, agile handling, superb design here. It is rear-wheel drive, so you're going to need to be very careful with your braking to navigate those sharp corners so you don't spin out. But that being said, we'll move on here. This is the Dubachi 770. The very high top speed vehicle, 6-speed gearbox instead of 5-speed, so it is going to be faster than some cars in that regard. That is nice to see. Heavier build, it's also rear wheel drive. That's going to limit your acceleration and traction just a little bit, but if you want a car that's based on the Aston Martin 177, this car is going to blend that luxury with performance here, and if you do want to pick it up, it is going to cost you $486,500. Then we wrap up here, the Nagasaki Hot Rod Blazer. A very, very whimsical vehicle here, and check out the price tag. It's kind of a meme, $69,000. Of course, this vehicle actually is going to outshine the normal Blazer with faster acceleration and a higher top speed. You get the same good off-road capabilities, very precise steering, but it does have sensitive handling. And so is it better at off-roading than the normal Blazer? I would disagree, because the higher ground clearance and just higher center of gravity is going to mean lower stability, and that's going to require caution for you to drive around with, because any rough impact or curb or anything like that you hit, you're going to go flying, you're going to get dismounted, get ejected off the vehicle. But this thing looks like a toy car. This thing looks like a Happy Meal like toy that you would get in a McDonald's Happy Meal, and you could push this little thing around just to entertain your 3-year-old child. But nonetheless, that is the Nagasaki Hot Rod Blazer right there. Now here at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsports, this is where we have some more really awesome rare and removed vehicles for the rest of this weekly update. So let's jump in, let's go right to left. We'll start off with one of my favorites this week, the Shyster Deviant. This is an amazing muscle car. You get excellent aesthetics in my opinion. You get really good performance, fantastic speed and handling that honestly is very competitive among other top muscle cars in the game, despite this being a heavier car just by default. You're going to lose some traction under the most extreme conditions, but you get good durability as well as good collision resistance, so even if you crash, it's not the biggest deal. I think this is a very worthwhile choice for players out there who love driving cars and like want to feel like they're right at the edge of control with that vehicle, because the Shyster Deviant, you always feel like you're able to push this thing to the absolute max, and it's like a balancing act between, you know, not going too far over the edge to where, you know, this is, you know, any of the handling or cornering is too much for the vehicle to handle. This car is just so much fun to drive, super engaging, exhilarating. It's just a thrilling muscle car in the game. If you do want to pick this one up, you can get it for $535,939 this week. I'm going to buy a second one actually right now, just because I really, really want to. Now, let's move on. This is the Ocelot Swinger right here. This is a vintage sports car. You get good style, you get good performance, really good acceleration, and a top speed of 118 miles an hour, which isn't super, super fast, but it's not terrible. While it is agile and responsive and it's good for city driving, you get a big tendency to oversteer, and the performance in terms of the braking is like not that fantastic, so just keep that in mind. It is inspired by the Jaguar XJ13, so it is a stylish car, and just kind of like a meme in my opinion, because like the front, that looks like the front of it, but at the same time you go to the back of the car, that also sort of looks like the front of a vehicle in a sense too. It's like, it's very strange. But if you do want to buy this Ocelot Swinger, you can get it for $933,510 this week. Now let's move on. This is the Vapid Retinue. You get good speed and good handling. It's very fantastic off-road. It's a great rally car, super lightweight, super balanced power delivery, good retro styling, and that's going to complement the performance of this vehicle. The one downside that is very apparent is this thing is very prone to flipping over on uneven surfaces. So say if you take a corner too sharp, you jump the curb, you know, to keep your left or right tires on the apex or something like that, you may end up just flipping over with this car, surprisingly. So just watch out for that. But it is a really good car. You can get it for $453,870, also a removed vehicle. Now we'll jump in another removed vehicle, the Vapid Contender. An absolutely amazing truck. I love this thing so much. But honestly, this looks like a Toyota Tundra in my opinion. Nonetheless, this one that you can get from Simeon's comes with this awesome bed cap and everything. I mean, you can just add that customized at your auto shop or LS Customs, whatever the case is. But look at the amount of ground clearance you have with the car. Look at, you know, the automatic skid plates that are applied, you know, the diff guard, things like that. You get insane wheel travel, good for axle articulation, all that. The stock wheels are black on this one and it looks great. Massive push bar, bumper with lights on it. I love this truck so much. Great for off-roading, super quick as well, really good for handling. If you want like a Vapid Cara 4x4, but instead of that having like a rare and removed Vapid Contender, this is going to be the way to go. This is going to turn some heads. It's a great truck here to buy. Now, if you do want to actually buy it, you can get it for $250,000. So it's very, very affordable. I'm also going to buy a second one because, again, I really, really want it. Now, we'll move on here. This is that newer DLC vehicle. This is the Dinka Chavos or Chavos V6. Just a Honda Accord, kind of is what it is. But if you do want to buy it from here, you get this livery applied, and it is going to cost you $1,438,240 this week. At the Diamond Casino and Resort for this week, your podium vehicle is the Lampadati Cinquemila, and honestly, it's actually a pretty good vehicle. It's deceivingly robust, but it's kind of got like an understated look here. The acceleration, I would say, is actually on par, kind of with the Zentorno, which is pretty awesome. Top speed challenges the Adder, also. Cornering is pretty sharp. Response is going to be swift. You know, it's a big sedan though, so it's got a hefty amount of weight, but that's why I think it's pretty robust. It's got good ramming capabilities. Navigating turns though is going to be challenging because you have a lot of torque with this car, so that's going to of course affect the handling if you just stay on the throttle. Nonetheless, we are going to spin the lucky wheel, try and unlock it this week. Comes with like an interesting dual paint job, so see if you can try and win it. That's what we always do in these Tuesday update reminder videos. It looks like we're not going to win the car. Clothing, chips, 15,000 chips, I will take that. At the LS Car Meet for the remainder of this weekly update, we have the prize ride, which is the ANUS Jubilee. And in order to unlock this vehicle, all you need to do is place top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races for 3 days in a row. So if you haven't done anything yet and you haven't had any progress, make sure you do it today on Tuesday. That way you can get your second day on Wednesday, and you could start Thursday before the new weekly update goes live and hopefully get in your third day, because I forget when like the collectibles and the days for this challenge reset. It's normally like 1 a.m. Central Time, so convert that to your local time zone to get the actual result in your local time zone. With that being said, the ANUS Jubilee is pretty good. It is available on Legendary Motorsport. It's a luxury SUV. It's based on that Rolls-Royce Cullinan. All-wheel drive. It's very comparable to the newest Baller STD that came out after the Chop Shop update in terms of on-road performance, but the real value lies in the available Amani Tech upgrades, such as the remote control unit, as well as the missile lock-on jammer. And with this vehicle for Amani Tech, you also get super robust armor plating, as well as optional offensive features like the front-facing machine guns or even slick proximity mines. So this is a luxurious but also heavily fortified vehicle for all of the challenges that you'll be presented with here in GTA Online. Now, unfortunately, I am in the middle of a vehicle robbery and I just haven't done the finale yet, but I'm saving that for stream, so I can't show it off the normal computer screen, but you can kind of see what I'm going to be talking about right here. These are just our vehicle robberies for this weekly update here in GTA Online. So the standard range vehicle is the Canis Seminole Frontier. The mid-range vehicle is the Invitero Coquette Blackfin, and then the ANUS Jubilee featured in the Gangbanger robbery is going to be this week, or is this week's top range vehicle for the remainder of this weekly update. So you can make $392,000 by stealing and selling that ANUS Jubilee. Here at Luxury Autos for this week, we do have 2 new DLC vehicles, the Jester RR wide body. You can just get off in-game websites. This thing is, I mean, it's just like a normal Jester RR with a wide body kit, but you can't customize it any further. So what you see basically is what you get with this vehicle. So it is what it is. But the real vehicle I want to talk to you guys about, because usually luxury autos isn't that impressive because it's just like newer DLC cars, especially when a new DLC update releases. But with this Banshee GTS here, this is the only way you can get black stock rims on this car right now without, of course, glitching it out and doing a stock wheel color glitch. There's ones for Xbox, ones for PlayStation, ones for PC, but if you don't want to glitch the game and you just want to obtain the vehicle and have the stock rims because they look fantastic and they're almost one-to-one with the IRL Viper GTS and Viper ACR wheels, stuff like that, well, here you can check it out. Black stock wheels at Luxury Autos. Make sure you buy it here if you want the black stock rims just basically applied, and then you can customize everything else and you don't have to worry about it. At the gun van, we have some classics for this week. So we do have the compact EMP launcher that's for sale if you want to pick that up. We have the heavy rifle, the Combat MG, which you can't really see because mine's the Combat MG Mark II. I have it upgraded. The homing launcher, which is definitely worth buying. Pump action up next, which I also recommend you upgrade to the Mark II like me so you can put in some explosive rounds for that. And then we also have the nightstick for a melee weapon. That's everything I wanted to talk about in today's video though, so we're going to be wrapping things up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content like this. Also check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I live stream GTA Online several times a week over on my Twitch account, so I would love to have you guys get involved with that community over on there. We money grind GTA Online, we gold and money grind in Red Dead Online. We have a lot of fun, a little bit of Warzone, a little bit of other games as well, so if you want to get involved, that would be awesome. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.